This is just going to be a quick code review for the Tembu part of the assignment. So once again, we're just going to create some global variables for the client secret and the client ID. And then inside of our main function, the first thing that we need to do is set up a Tembu session, passing in just our basic Tembu information into that. And once we have that, we have to request that the user authenticate our application. So to do that, we're going to use this initialize OAuth choreo. And into that, we're going to pass our client ID and the scope, which is our calendar feed. And then we need to execute the choreo. And then once we do that, we're going to grab the OAuth URL from the result of that. And we're going to open up that URL in the user's default browser using this AWT browse function. Once the user is authenticated, we will use the finalize OAuth choreo. And with that, we're going to pass in the set callback ID, the set client secret, and the client ID. And we're going to execute that choreo. And at this point, we should be authenticated. And so we are going to try and get all of the user's calendars. So we're going to set up the get all calendars choreo, and we're going to pass in the client secret and the access token that we just received to that, and execute that choreo. So at this point, we need to parse the result of that using the JSON parser, and we're going to get a JSON object from that, and we're going to grab the items property from there and return it as a JSON array. And then we're simply going to loop through that and just print out the ID from each item. So after that, we need to get all of the events from the first one that we found. So we're going to use a get all events choreo for that. And for that, we have to pass in the client secret and the ID and the access token again. And then we execute that choreo. We do the same thing where we set up a JSON parser, parse it, and get the items object from there and get it back as a JSON array. And then we just start marching through the JSON object. First, so we just loop through every item here, and then get each object, print out the summary, which is pretty much the title for each one, and then we're going to try and print out the time, but not all of them have time, so we're going to do that in a try catch so that if it fails, we can just move on from it. So that should be the end of that. Thank you for watching.